Are you looking for the best mirrorless cameras under $1,000? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best camera on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Sony A6400. If you're looking for the absolute best mirrorless camera under $1,000, look no further than the Sony A6400, which packs a huge punch and manages to stay shy of the $1,000 mark, even with a 16 to 50mm kit lens. What makes the Sony A6400 such a great choice? First, it's a fantastic walk-around camera. It's compact, making it a great travel option. If you're going to be walking around with a camera all day, you want it to be small and light. It's also unobtrusive, which is ideal for genres such as street photography. Second, while the sensor is APS-C, you get 24 megapixels, which is good for larger prints and, if needed, some significant crops. Low light performance is quite strong for an APS-C camera, though it fails to rival that of its full-frame competitors. You can take the ISO up into the 1000s without worrying too much about noise, though pushing it past ISO 1600 can cause significant noise. Oh, and if you're a video shooter, then you'll love the 4K video capabilities, which shoot at up to 120 frames per second for some stunning videography opportunities. Yes, the A6400 is one of the more expensive options on this list, but it manages to stay under $1,000 without cutting any crucial features. And you can even grab it with a 16 to 50mm for around $1,000, a real bargain. At number 2. Best budget pick, Panasonic Lumix G7. The Panasonic Lumix G7 is hardly flashy, but it offers a lot for an amazing price. Take a look at the G7 and you immediately notice a difference between it and its DSLR rivals, example, the Canon T7i. While the T7i is no hulking camera, the G7 is noticeably small, offering a thin body, though still with a large grip for increased stability. With a standard or wide-angle lens mounted, you'll have no problem stashing away your G7 in a backpack, handbag, or suitcase, though the lightweight G7 could also rest comfortably around your neck for hours. The G7 also includes an electronic viewfinder, and it's a good one, large and crisp, perfect for action shooting and for crafting careful compositions. It also features an articulating touchscreen, which is helpful for shooting video in 4K. Image quality is good, though you may wish for a sensor that packs a few more megapixels. At just 16 MP, you'll have a hard time printing at really large sizes, though if you plan on primarily posting your photos online, this won't be a problem. Note that the Panasonic Lumix G7 is a micro four thirds camera, which means it has a slightly smaller sensor than APS-C options. Therefore, the effective focal length of your lenses will be doubled, which is great for wildlife shooters but frustrating if you shoot landscapes. At number 3. Canon RP. The Canon RP is one of the only full-frame cameras on this list, and for that reason alone it's special. It's tough to find a full-frame mirrorless camera for below $1,000, especially one as high quality as this one. The Canon RP features a full-frame, 26-megapixel sensor. The 26 megapixels are certainly enough to produce professional-size prints or to do a bit of cropping if you're struggling for reach. Personally, I like to shoot full frame for the high ISO capabilities alone, and in this area, the Canon RP doesn't disappoint. Images are practically noise-free until ISO 1600 or so, and still usable even past ISO 6400. This high ISO performance is fantastic for anyone who shoots in low light, or indoors, or in shade, which is basically everyone at some point. Note that a huge advantage to the EOS RP is its lens lineup. For around $100 you can purchase a Canon mount adapter, which allows you to shoot with Canon EF and EFS lenses. While these lenses are generally heavier than mirrorless lenses, the advantage is the stellar build quality, image quality, and prices. The Canon EOS RP features a lot of bang for your buck, even if it's not the highest performing full-frame DSLR out there. Sure, if you're looking to shoot sports you can undoubtedly do better, but for nature and low-light photography, the Canon EOS RP is a great performer. At number 4. Sony A6000. The Sony A6000 is hardly a new option, but it still manages to offer a lot of camera at a great price. The A6000 is part of Sony's APS-C mirrorless lineup, which offers a combination of good action capabilities, build quality, and portability. The Sony A6000 was never meant to be a professional-level camera, yet the body feels quite solid and metal. And the camera is decently small and portable, perfect for traveling or carrying around your neck all day. One of the key features of high-quality mirrorless cameras is the electronic viewfinder. Unfortunately, the Sony A6000 fails to impress in this area. While the electronic viewfinder isn't terrible, the display may frustrate you if you love the crispness and clarity of a DSLR optical viewfinder. The A6000 features a 24-megapixel APS-C sensor. The 24 megapixels is certainly enough for most applications, including printing, though it's slightly smaller than the highest resolution camera on this list, the Canon EOS RP. APS-C cameras rarely offer stellar low-light capabilities, and, as expected, the A6000 is hardly a standout. But you can shoot noise-free images until around ISO 400, at which point you'll start to notice some noise when zoomed in, though images should still be usable up through ISO 1600, ISO 3200, or beyond, depending on your standards. Finally, it's tough to talk about the Sony A6000 without mentioning the price. While there are plenty of newer cameras on this list, you'd be hard-pressed to find such a high-quality mirrorless option at this price point, especially with such impressive action capabilities. And you don't just get the A6000 body, the camera comes with a 16 to 50mm lens that's small, light, and great for walk-around photography. At number 5. Olympus OMD EM10 II. The Olympus OMD EM10 II is one of the cheapest cameras on this list, but you'd hardly know it from the specs. Because behind the budget price tag is a serious mirrorless camera, one that can capture incredible photos in all sorts of situations. The resolution on the Olympus OMD EM10 II is far from impressive. At just 16 megapixels, you'll be able to print fairly large, but won't have enough resolution for, say, high-quality banners. But if you can get past the low resolution, you'll want to think about the upside of such a low megapixel count, larger pixels, which makes for enhanced high ISO capabilities. Action-oriented photographers will also appreciate the 8.5 frames per second continuous shooting speed, which is perfect for grabbing sharp photos during critical moments. One thing to note is the micro four thirds crop factor, which will double your effective focal length. Whether this is a good thing depends on your interests. For wildlife and bird photographers, a 2x focal length increase offers much-needed reach. But for landscape and interior photographers, the effect is undesirable, reducing the ability of their wide-angle lenses to really capture a scene. All in all, the Olympus OMD EM10 II is a fantastic choice for photographers interested in a high-quality camera for a bargain price.